Studio Magic tip of the day. I'm going to show you how to make a tempo map from a pre-existing AI song, or an instrumental track in this case. So here I have an instrumental black metal track, and I'm using black metal just to show that you can do this with even really dense mixes. You know, it doesn't have to be a dance track or anything. Because even with black metal, as you can see if you zoom in, I can still see the transients of the kick drum, which is all we're going to need to do this. So what I'm doing very simply is I'm in Reaper, and before you start, right click on the waveform and go to item settings. And then under item settings, you want to make sure that set item time base to time is checked. This is important, and you want to do this before anything else. This is definitely the first step. Also, you want to make sure that you have your metronome on and turned up, the volume on the metronome turned up there. Listen to the track with the metronome off. And then hover over that, and you'll see it says tap. Go ahead and tap that a couple times in beat with the music and see what you get. We got 161 is what it says our starting tempo is going to be. So, okay, whatever. That's the beginning of the kick drum, so we'll line that up right there. And then we'll look at where the tempo grid is. We'll turn the metronome on here just to see how that sounds. Okay, 161, it's close, right? But it's you can hear a drift. So what we want to do, this is the entire process. We want to, I have the master track turned on here too. So anywhere you want to create a tempo correction, hit Shift C. It will ask you if you want to create a tempo time signature marker. Hit OK, enter. And then from there, you're going to use your mouse wheel to zoom out, just kind of get a good overview of the grid lines and the transients in your song. And then click on the number there in your tempo marker. And then hover over the number down here in this tempo section there, and using your wheel while hovering the cursor over the number, you can actually adjust. See how the lines are moving, the grid lines? You can adjust that to match the transient in your song. So I turned that down to 159, and that has now sort of matched, pretty much matched the first part of the song there. We'll listen to that. So yeah, that's it up for a while, but we can hear it does start to drift. You want to hit it a little bit before it actually starts to drift. So maybe we'll go there, and we'll drop in another tempo time signature marker. Shift C, enter, and then again just click on that number, hover over the number down there, and use your mouse wheel to align, and you can then put the cursor over here over the waveform and use the mouse wheel to get a zoomed in or zoomed out view. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit and then go back over here and then line that up. So there we go. So now it's lined up. It's sped up a little bit. And so you can hear it's still following up until, and it's a little bit off there. So we're going to hit it here right before it starts to really go off. Drop in another Shift C and click on the number there, hover over the number here. I'm going to get a little bit more of a zoomed out view. Hover over the number here and line that bad boy up with your mouse wheel. Let's listen to that. I mean, it's really off there, but it's pretty much on. Drop in another marker there. Get more of a zoomed out view. Click on that. Hover over that. And then bring this in a little bit. So yeah, it speeds up again. Listen to that. So it starts to drift there once again. And this is the entire process. You just keep on doing this, hitting Shift C, dropping in time and tempo signature markers, and adjusting them using your mouse wheel, clicking on that, hovering over this, zooming out to get the good zoomed out view, and then you just want to line that up so it slows down a little bit again right there. This is actually a pretty easy song because, I mean, that's not a whole lot, but we'll listen to the whole thing here that we've done so far. So you can hear how this first part that we did is matching perfectly, and 159 holds out up until measure 21 over here, and it's at that point it's totally out of sync. But the whole process is, as we've been doing here, you just keep on dropping in time signature tempo markers and adjusting them using the grid and using the transients in the waveform, and that's how you do it. So we'll fast forward here. I finished the entire track. I'm going to do a playthrough of the track just to show you that the tempo, the click, is now perfectly in time for the entire track. You can see that the tempo track keeps with the drums and keeps with the actual wave file for the entire song, which is very useful for a lot of reasons. If I'm going to lay down guitar solos or any kind of instrumental track on top of this, vocals, it's very, very helpful to have the tempo track, the click track there to play along with. Obviously, too, if I want to sequence anything, sequence keyboards, a drum machine, an arpeggiated synthesizer track or something, I would need the tempo track to be in time with the wave file for that too. And now I can do that. So really, this opens up a lot of possibilities for those of you who want to develop your own music using Suno or other AI tracks. But just remember, you have to create a tempo track first in order for everything to sync up correctly.